Are you plain bored of woodworking? Get excited again with Fisheye's Make Your Own Sandpaper Kit. Fisheye's Sandpaper Kit comes with everything you see here. Just pick your paper, spread the glue, and shake on the sand. Voila! Beautiful handcrafted sandpaper. And if you act now, we'll include candy sprinkles absolutely free. What better way to say I love you than with a gift of sandpaper? Fisheye's Make Your Own Sandpaper Kit is just $19.99 wherever crappy gifts are sold.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 69 of The Hour Before the Hour Before, Thursday Night Live. It's the 25th of May, 2023. We're just coming off the May 2-4 long weekend here in Canada, which I guess is Memorial Day next week in the States. But anyway, enough said. As usual, no politics, religion, or racism to be discussed tonight. And we expect kindness and respect from everybody in the audience. And let me just change that banner. There we go. Kindness is free. Give it freely. And with that said, here's my long-suffering co-host, Mr. Jim Boshart. See, they just make you suffer.
I got one word for you, Gary. 69.
Oh, that's two words.
No, it's hyphenated.
Oh, okay. 69. What's what's metric equivalent for 69?
I don't know.
181.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. The square root of 69 is 8 something.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Hey, Bob Casey.
Brother Bob.
Brother Bob ate something?
Probably supper.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, and if we do a pick a number between 1 and 50, it's not going to be 69.
No, it can't be.
No. That said, hey, we have a guest.
Yes.
Our newest subscriber.
Very new.
Hello.
How you doing, pal?
Thank you.
Oh,
And you can't call it 69 anymore. You got to call it 77.
77?
Yeah. Because it gets 8 more.
Oh, boy. Okay. All right.
Oh, my word. Where'd you get those
I
jokes?
figured you like that one better.
Where'd you get those jokes? Art's book?
No, not at all.
Wedgenbigg. Where did that name come from?
Growing up, I played a game called Final Fantasy, and I really enjoyed it. And there are 2 characters in the series called Wedge and Biggs. So I just kind of put them together. Basically, I like the way it sounded. And I wanted to have a pseudonym when I was online. I didn't want to put my name out there. So, I just went with that.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah.
and I didn't want to show my face, so I covered it up with makeup sometimes.
Well, here's something that's going on now. This is new in the last week. If I make a comment on somebody's video, instead of saying Brant Aerials in the comments, it says Gary Foster's Brant Aerials.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Now, if I make a comment in the chat, right, it just comes up as Brant Aerials. But if I make a comment on a video, like in the comments below, because I'm always wisecracking on everybody's stuff, right?
yeah.
Yeah. And yeah. So anyway, hold on. Before we get going here, who we got in the chat?
Everybody.
Everybody who's anybody, right?
Yeah.
I see Bob Casey's in there, and Dennis Lovelady, and Joe from USA Drone Flyer, Captain Joe America, and Warren's here, and Art from Artco Drone Solutions, and John from Unlimited Vertical, who is one of our attendees at one of our meetups. So we'll have to have another meetup coming up. Drone Rob, he was here early. And did I say Dennis Lovelady yet?
Yes.
Okay. Dennis Lovelady's here, and Drone Rob. And Wedgenbigg, and Mrs. Wedgenbigg is here.
My wife.
Yes. And Lambo. Now Lambo Drives Zambo has changed his name again. It's Lambo Drives POFPV. So there you go. And who did I miss, Jim?
It looks shorter now.
Grumpy, Dominic, and Hot Rod.
All right. So that we got a house full, and we've got
And it's
we got
building.
we got 12 likes on 18 watching. So that's not too bad. We'll take that. It's a 75%. We're good.
Yeah.
The rest of us don't like us, but there you go.
So you guys you said you were doing meetups. You guys have I know we have a pretty decent sized community in the US, but how's the drone community in Canada? You guys have
It's huge. It's huge. The last meetup we had 3 there. There's me and Jim and John, and then the meetup before that we had 4 there. It was me and Jim and Wayne, and the meetup before that, number 1 was me and Jim. So we're averaging 3.
okay.
But we have great prizes. Boshart can't contain himself.
God damn, you're funny, Don. Oh my word.
Oh yeah. So anyway, yeah.
My Demon Seed just joined us too.
Who?
My Demon Seed.
Oh, okay. Little Short Boshart.
Oh, how you doing, little? What's his name? Is it Jordan or Jordy?
Jordan. Jordy, yeah.
Okay.
Jordy for short.
Yeah.
Yeah. For short.
For short.
Now hold on. Okay, here's a question. We're talking about numbers now.
Back on track.
Do you know why there's 239 beans in a can of beans?
Yep. No, I don't.
I have no idea.
If they put in one more, they'd be too farty.
Ah, that's good.
That's a new one. Alex Escardo joined us.
And Tammy G.
And Tammy Jeans, yeah.
Yeah, and Dominic. And Dominic's here. And okay, now you got to tell us about the U.S. Drone Society.
Okay, well, I started the Drone Society. I think it was something like, I don't remember how long ago it was. It was less than a year ago, though. I was tired of getting drone policed in other groups. I would post my flights that I had posted on YouTube, and I would edit them so that way I got rid of anything promotional. So I would get rid of my intro and my outro and just post the content there. So I wasn't violating any group rules. And they seemed to get a Karen or 2 in there that would report it, and they would remove it without even, finding out if there was something wrong with the video. Even though the flight was legal, they were removing it. So the last time that happened to me was with my Chatham Lighthouse video. Where I took off and landed from was completely legal. Where I was flying over. I didn't land or take off from the property, so my flight was legal. But someone reported it and they removed it. So basically, I got upset that I was getting drone police like this, and my content was getting removed. So I said, I'm going to start a group where we're not going to have drone police, and we're going to not that we encourage people to violate the law. That's not really what it's about. But it's about, if you're violating the law, you're going to have to deal with the FAA or whatever authority it is that you deal with. But, the USDS wanted it to be a place where people would come and post their content, and you could just enjoy the content for what it was.
Yeah.
And, not allow any drama in there, basically. So that's basically what it is. People are there posting their content. I think we get like 40 or 50 posts a day. It's very active, and it's all positivity. And if someone drone polices, they're gone. We get rid of them. We've only had it happen a couple of times, but once it happens, they're gone.
So is this is this a Facebook group or?
Yes,
or
correct.
Is it
a Facebook group.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not that familiar with the book face there, but
yeah. Well, when I had started it, I had joined there, and my friend who actually lives right down the street from me, just a couple of blocks, MB Drones, Chris. Yeah, you guys met him at the South Florida Drone Meet.
We did.
He's not Barry. He's not Barry, is he?
He's
not Barry.
Okay.
Yeah. So we started the group, and he invited. He had a bunch of friends on his Facebook page. So we got a bunch of people who joined, and then I decided I wanted to do a live stream. And it seems after I started featuring people's work, that's when the group became really active because, the people were featuring their work and they were getting recognized. Everybody who posts a picture gets recognized. I mean, one person will win Sunday Spectacular, which is, the feature I do on my show. But, everybody who posts pictures will get one of their pictures in the Best of the Rest feature. So everybody gets recognition, and that's the goal. So every post gets seen, every video that gets posted gets watched. I literally spend multiple times during my week watching content. So that's why I didn't even realize that I had been unsubscribed from you. It wasn't done by me. I just know that I already had a wrench. So I don't know what happened. But if you're not posting content to the group, I'm not going to see your content unless it shows up on my YouTube feed.
Now, Paul, we have our show. We focus on one guest. A lot of other streams have two guests. And I've noticed, and I'm not just blowing smoke up here, I find your stream entertaining, well done, well organized, and a lot of work put in it. And it's a joy to watch. And a couple of weeks back, you started a new comedy segment on there. Where did you get an idea like that, to have a comedy segment on a live stream?
Well, I liked Mudball Creative. Just so we know, it's Don Mudball Creative and his fisheye. I really like the content that he does. And his fisheye content's hilarious. So I sent him a message, and it was brainstorming. Sometimes you throw a snowball and see where it sticks, right? I said to him, I says, hey, Don, full credit will go to you. I don't have anything to do with it, but are you interested in doing a segment on the stream with fisheye? And he said, well, what do you look for? I said, it can be whatever you want it to be. I'm just curious. I'll put some time aside every episode for you if you want. And he said, hey, this is the idea I'm thinking of. So it was all his idea. It wasn't any of my idea. I just wanted to give him a platform. And I thought that it was just a kind of something to throw into the stream to kind of give people a little more enjoyment out of it,
Yeah, absolutely. It works.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I've got the Fisheyes Make Your Own Sandpaper Kit in the intro. And
that was hilarious, by the way.
Well, you know what? I've seen it 69 times now. Well, maybe not 69, but I've seen it so many times, and it always makes me smile when the show starts. So it always starts me off on the right foot. Did we mention that Stephen Drones is here and Droner Dan? I know Droner Dan. Droner Dan needs to get a wrench.
Joel Skyfly and Kenny, place it here.
Yes, Ken, place it here. I saw him. Hold on. And
Scott, how you doing?
Scott from Jackrabbit FPV. He was here early, but I don't think we mentioned him.
Yeah, I think we forgot.
Right. And did we mention Dennis Lovelady?
Yes.
Okay. And okay. So that's all good. Okay, back to my notes. Jay Leno's house. Oh boy.
Oh yeah. So I have the luxury of living less than an hour away from Rhode Island, and Rhode Island has, in my opinion, the best coastline in the entirety of the U.S. By state they have the most coastline, which is crazy, and just the locations. That Ocean Drive is beautiful. It starts up by Jay Leno's house, but it goes all the way down to where you have what's called Brenton Point, which is a state park down there. Yeah. And when you go around Brenton Point, there's a resort called Castle Hill Resort where they have a little lighthouse. So I thought that, I wanted to go there and I wanted to do a feature video that would, not just include Jay Leno's house and the historic district of Ocean Drive, but almost the entirety of it, that whole strip. Because it's just so beautiful there. And I think that to do just one segment of it wasn't going to do that area justice. So I took some time and went out there multiple times, and it worked out good too, because I went there with David Ross, and I was able to help him recover his almost lost drone. Ooh. So it's a good thing we were flying out there.
Yeah. Well, I liked your comment the other day that you've spent more time flying over Jay Leno's house than he spent living there.
So, yeah. It's his summer. It's his vacation home.
Yeah. Amazing, eh? Just a beautiful spot.
Yeah.
You washed the oil. What? You washed oil off his hands?
Because he wanted to type and let us know he's blushing. No, listen, he makes great content, and I don't think there's anybody who doesn't appreciate it, but I get a kick out of it.
Oh yeah.
Even when he sends it to me, I watch it. I could watch it like you said. You watch that sandpaper one a million times. It's all right. I'm exaggerating again, Jim. All right. Okay. But you watch it enough times and it doesn't get boring. Just like Fish-Eye's content, I think he's funny because he's slightly rude without being over the top. And he did one a couple of weeks ago where he was talking about indecent exposure because someone asked an exposure question in Photoshop.
Yeah.
And if you go back to the video and watch that one, pause it when he shows his rap sheet and read the charges. It was hilarious. He was like selling used condoms at the park or something like that. And he just hilarious what he put for.
His known associates was Uncle Extra Medium.
Yep.
When those two get together, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Fish-Eye is up there on the wall, right there. And Don made it too. Oh, and there's a couple of Fish-Eye stickers. I ran out of Fish-Eye stickers.
And I don't know if you remember, but early on when I first started giving away the coffee mugs, Don was the one who came up with the unboxing videos. He was the first one to do it, and he ended up doing a second one with another mug. And then people started to send them in almost every week when someone got one. And they seem to have stopped now, but I really enjoyed it when they were doing it. So,
yeah,
those are great.
Well, I didn't do an unboxing for mine because I got mine in Florida, and I think I just did it on somebody else's live stream. So, and the first thing I ever drank out of it was rum and Coke. So,
oh, that's awesome. Yeah, my daughter's actually in the chat, and she says that's my favorite Fish-Eye segment so far.
I'm just giving.
John Flynn's in as well,
and she just became a moderator. There you go.
Awesome.
Yeah, Don created my logo for the t-shirts that I had made up too. So
yeah,
he is a creative guy,
multi-talented guy. Yeah. Oh, and there's John Flynn's here. John Flynn's here,
and Keith.
Oh, okay. Yeah, D&D's Aerial Views. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, good stuff. Anyway, okay. Now, speaking of, you had the big controversial court case. How did?
Yeah.
That's all resolved now.
That's all taken care of now. That's done.
Good.
Yeah.
Now it's just time to move forward on with my life, and the important thing is I did take a lesson away from it, and that's the important part. But now I just want to focus on moving forward, and hopefully something like that never happens again.
Yeah.
That's
so you didn't have to go to jail, no big fines, nothing like that?
No, nothing like that. No jail time.
Good.
So the door is closed.
Yep. And it went on for such a long period of time, and it kept getting adjourned. And I just wanted it to be over. I wanted to be done with it because after such a long time dealing with it, it just kind of like
said that about my first marriage too.
Yeah, like that.
Well, yeah, and now that plays into the mental health aspect, and you're always promoting mental health. Is there anything in particular that brings that closer?
Well, I dealt with mental health issues growing up, not just me, but other members in my family, and especially in my teenage years and into my young adulthood, I was dealing with mental health issues that hadn't been diagnosed properly, and I didn't really feel like I had anybody out there to talk to. I didn't feel like I had, help, and I didn't realize till later on that I could have reached out and gotten help, which I eventually did. But I think that it's important for people that are in that kind of situation to realize that they don't just have to rely on family who might not be there or friends that might not be there, but there are other people out there that don't even know you who are willing to talk with you and help you out. And I think that, that could be a good outlet for people who just don't realize that the help's
becoming more prevalent of other people willing to help and other associations willing and focusing on helping people in that area.
Yeah. No one should be alone, because if you're dealing with mental health problems and you don't realize that you can get help and you're dealing with alone, well, if it's not doing good, you're not going to be able to help yourself.
Yeah.
So you're going to be in this never-ending cycle. You're going to keep blaming yourself, or things are going to get worse for you. They're not going to get better. when really you can just pick up the phone. You can walk into a hospital and you can go into an emergency room and say, listen, I'm not doing well mentally. Can you get me some help? And they will bring a crisis worker right to you, and they'll talk to you and they'll help set you up. Okay, you need a therapist, you need a hospitalization, or whatever it may be. There are people there that are willing to help you, and people need to know that. So I try to spread that message all the time to everybody. Reach out to somebody. It doesn't matter. Family, friend, hospital, dial 988. Which actually, do you guys have a phone number in Canada you can call? Like we have 988 in America.
You just have to email Jim. He'll figure it out.
I'll talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Give a piece of my mind too. Not much because I don't have much left, but I'll give you a piece of my mind.
Yeah. I had sort of a crisis going on, and that's what ended my working life. Is the doctors says you can't be doing that. You can't be doing what you're doing. It's just making you insane. So they put me in touch with therapists and basically got me started on drones to just sort of get my mind away from all the business stuff that I was having to deal with. And
what would make you feel real good, Gary?
Having a meetup and having more than 2 people show up.
Having an Avada.
Yeah. And, that's one of the things I've realized, I have, especially over the last almost decade, I've really focused on getting well with my mental health, and I'm active in my own therapy, and flying drones has given me another outlet. It's therapeutic for me. I put the drone up in the air and I just kind of forget, all the troubles that I have.
Yeah.
I could have a lot going on in my mind. Like we were talking about earlier, I always have a lot going on in my mind. I have a lot of things to deal with. But once that drone goes up in the air, I forget everything, and I'm just on cloud 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
literally.
Yeah.
I think he's exaggerating by about 6 clouds.
Yeah.
But no, you know what? There's the flight that is therapeutic, but there's also this community that is so welcoming. I got to Florida, and I'm not telling any lies here. I got to Florida. We pulled into the parking lot at the hotel. Before I put my hand on the door of the hotel, I met 6 people.
Yeah.
Who were coming out, and they all knew who I was, and I knew who they were, and we had never met in person before. And there's just that connection, right?
Yeah.
That everybody's got the same.
And that's, I actually said something about that last night on Johnny Drone Flyer and Ray Kelly's show, the Fly for Fun show. I mentioned in the comments, that's what I love about live streams, is that no matter where we are in the world, we can connect together.
Yep.
Through these live streams or with the groups and whatnot. And you're right. The community for the most part is extremely helpful and compassionate and, just supportive in general. And there's a lot of real talent in the community. I love it.
Yeah.
A lot of talent.
Yeah.
And
well, there's so much.
We're famous.
Yeah. I can't keep up with the talent. So that's why I stopped posting stuff. Now is you've got a son, Ben. That you've just got the one?
No, I have 2 boys.
Yeah.
Which is my son Paul Jr.
Yeah.
My son Benjamin.
Yeah.
And they're probably watching the show right now in the other room with my wife.
Okay.
I have my daughter Destiny. She's actually in the chat, and I have 2 grandsons.
Nice. Now, how many of them are drone flyers?
Me, my wife, and my 2 boys.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And my daughter would too, but she's too far away. But I guarantee you that when we get together, she's going to be flying one of my drones. I know it. She's going to be nervous, but I'm going to tell her it'll be all right. And I'll walk her through it. She'll get it.
Now, how many drones do you have that everybody can fly?
Well, I started off with, I'll tell you my journey with drones because it really hasn't been many. I know a lot of people buy a lot, but I've kind of been focused on specific details when I purchased my drones, The first drone I bought was a Contixo F24 Pro. Horrible mistake. Never make that mistake again. Don't buy one because, it could have led to a serious injury, and it was almost a flyaway.
Wow.
I was
the F-18.
I was starting to panic, and that was the crazy part. I was starting to panic, but I was able to maneuver it back and crash land it into the railing next to me because it was doing its own thing. So luckily, I was able to avert a disaster there. And it was after that I said I need something with safety and security and something with a gimbal because I didn't have a gimbal on it. So I went with the Mini 2.
Oh, okay.
I purchased the Mini 2. I was having a lot of fun with it. I wanted a little more, so I was interested in the Air 2S, and I ended up getting the Air 2S. So now my son Benjamin and my son Paul Jr., they fly the Mini 2. When I got the Mavic 3, my wife now has the Air 2S, and I have the DJI FPV. So we have, 4 drones.
That sounds like a good progression.
Yeah. That Air 2S is a fabulous drone. I really.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm on
my second one.
Yeah. The whole reason I got the FPV drone was because when I was editing my videos and I was listening to the music, there were maneuvers that I could see in my head that I couldn't do with the GPS drone. And that's what got me to buy the FPV. So that was probably for my videos and my content, that was one of the best purchases that I made was the FPV.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. Because it's good that you're able to get the family involved. I'm the only one around here that flies, so and I've got that piece of junk that's over there in the garbage can, and I've got the original Mavic Air. I've got an Air 2S, and I've got that beauty.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah,
what is that?
What is that? That's a Holy Tone, not Holy Stone. Holy Tone H06, and it fits inside its remote.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and it's got a camera.
So what do? You fly that around the house?
Yeah,
like Ant-Man.
Yeah, when it's raining out, you take this and I just fly it around the room here and just get some time in. And it has a camera, but I don't look at the camera. I just fly it line of sight, because I'd have to hook my phone up and blah blah blah. Oh yeah, Joe Fotoleo.
Joe joined.
Joe's here.
Hey,
and
Joe, how you doing?
Barkley's here.
Hi, Barkley.
And let's just
Dennis Lovelady. Did we mention Dennis?
Yes.
Oh, I see what you did there, Jim.
We have 31 people watching and 18 likes. So we're still almost 2/3. Almost 2/3 of the people like. No, hold on. Yeah, just a little over half.
We're going to stay on until we get the same number of likes as we do participants.
Yeah. So once the likes start, or once the participants start dropping, we can go off.
Yeah, we can go home.
It's going up. They're seeing it now, though. Yeah, hit that like button.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
I shouldn't. Hold on. Let me change the banner there. Where'd it go? There we go. Oh, let's do this. Comment, like, share, and subscribe. Also, make sure if you're watching this stream that you subscribe to Wedgenbigg, because he's got a show on Sunday night.
Correct. Sunday night
at 7.
8 o'clock.
8.
You've never seen it, Gary?
They're every week. And I think I only caught it between periods because hockey playoffs are on. Oh no, Sunday. No, I saw the whole show Sunday because Las Vegas played at noon Las Vegas time, and I was out and got back after the game had ended. So
yeah, and after the show is over on Sunday, I always go in and watch the show, and I add timestamps to the description. So if you want to go back and check out the different segments of the show, like Best of the Rest, Sunday Spectacular, or the featured guest, and you don't want to have to sift through an entire hour to find it, it's there in the description. You can just
I make them watch the whole thing.
Punish.
Yeah. And the one thing that I've done here, I was having some issues, and some people have also had issues with people coming into the stream, making comments and trying to promote their XXX live show or whatever.
Sorry, Gary.
Yeah, I know. What I did was I made my chat subscribers only.
Yeah.
So that they have to, they can't just come in, make a snide comment and jump, right? I can find them. And
you got to be part of the family to cut them up.
Yeah. and you have to, you'd have to wait 5 minutes, and these guys don't have 5 minutes. They just, cut and
Yeah,
run.
they want to hop around and try to cause chaos wherever they can go.
Yeah. So there we go. Okay.
Hello, Bill.
Okay, let's do a sticker draw.
Hi, Bill. How you doing?
Let's see. Comments, private chat. I'm gonna say in here.
Doopy doo.
If you look in the
David
private.
AZ.
Okay. Oh Jesus! I got to change the number. Hang on.
Yeah.
Private chat. Oh, here we go. There we go. Okay. Enter a number between 1 and 50, not 69.
Between 68 and 70. What?
Yeah, between 1 and 50. And we'll go from there. And we'll send you a sticker pack. I've got like a ton of these left. But I've only got 2 of the little ones left, so you can't have those. These were.
I see a winner.
These little wee tiny ones were really popular, and you see a winner? Oh, there you go. All right.
They're gonna call that rigged.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Everybody's putting that number in now.
No, Barkley, it's not Jenny's number.
So I'll get an address and I'll send out a sticker pack because I've got a bunch of stickers left over from collecting them in Florida. And oh, look, there's Herman. Herman just joined us.
Herman.
Hey, Herman, how you doing?
Herman slept in past the beginning of the show. He's probably having his nap. You're supposed to have your nap after the show before Ken Heron comes on, not before. Did we mention that Dennis Lovelady was here?
Once, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Lambo and Bob Casey. And
I think
Warren.
you just said Dennis, but I wasn't sure if it was Lovelady or not.
And
Yeah,
Warren.
there's so many of them.
And Warren and Barkley.
Yeah.
And Dominic. And Joel, Mr. Skyfly. We didn't mention.
Hey, Joel,
him.
how you doing?
Yeah.
And Bob, we do have a winner, so we can not guess anymore.
So anyway, yes, my email address is in the about section of my channel. So if you go over there, make sure you subscribe and send me an email, and I'll send out your stickers. And yeah. So
Oh, Bob.
now you were saying in the pre-show that you're planning to go to Florida in April.
Yeah, I want to go to the next South Florida drone meet.
Yeah. Have you been to any of the others or?
We had one that I went to, which was kind of a mini meetup for RIDMUG, the Rhode Island Drone Meetup Group.
Yeah.
It was around the time that I first got introduced to the drone community, and I went to Rhode Island, and there were quite a few of us there. I think we had something like 20 people or so. It wasn't a big event like the South Florida Drone Meet, but it was it was new to me, so it was exciting. And I met a bunch of people from RIDMUG, and other than that, I go out flying and I'll contact people in the area and I'll say, hey, I'm going here. You want to meet up? And, sometimes I meet up with people and sometimes I don't. But I really feel like I missed out when the South Florida Drone Meetup went on this year. The problem is my kids are in school. And I didn't want to take them out of school to go travel to Florida. But I'm doing it next year. I'm not missing the meetup.
It's a good time. Can't say enough about it. It's just...
I'll make sure they don't miss a day the entire, rest of the year. But for that time, I'm going to take them out and I'm going.
Very good. Good stuff. Yeah. I'm thinking, Jim, are you going to Minefield?
No, I don't think I'll make that one.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to make that one. I was going to try to go to Spin Up, but I got to kind of budget everything, right? You got to make room for it all, and I'm not going to miss Florida. So, and there's Bill from Newfound Drone Productions.
Yeah,
I will say this, by the way, because Dennis said we missed you since you missed us, Paul. But even though I was at home, I was editing for my show. So while you guys were having the South Florida drone meet, Uncle Bill was live streaming the entire event pretty much. So I had the stream going the entire time. So I get to see what was going on, but it's not the same as being there with the crowd, you know?
No.
I sent some pens out there. So I hope you got one while you're out there. The United States Drone Society pens.
I didn't see a pen.
Yeah, I donated, I think, 50 of them. Well, 49, because of course Ray Kelly was going to get the first one. Yeah.
Well,
So the first 49 people who showed up got one of those.
You'd get one there.
Well, I didn't even get the coaster.
Ha
Okay, because I think what I'm going to do is for the next meetup, I'm going to bring 100 pens with me, and I'm going to give them out myself.
Oh, it's still not enough. We had like 150 people show up.
Yeah, so bring 300 and give.
And Sean is here. Hi, Geeks.
Hey, Geeks Vana.
How you doing, Sean?
And
Yeah.
Dennis Lovelady.
Oh, and Joe Fotaleo.
Yes, Joe.
He has artistic aerials.
Yes, I would call it artistic. Well, Dancing in the Sky. That's pretty artistic.
Yeah.
His rips are, oh man, I love watching that.
Yeah, I call it Dancing in the Sky because my videos are all designed around sound, the sound design. I want the movements of the drone to go with the movements of the music. So sometimes I'll go and for instance, I'm working on a video right now. My next video is going to be Hoppy's Landing again. Want to redo it with the mix of the Mavic 3 and the FPV. I already have almost 90 gigabytes of footage.
Ooh.
And I plan on getting more because I go out there all the time and I want to make sure that I get all the right shots that I want for the video. So it's time consuming, but you know, I have 8 terabyte external hard drive. So every time I go somewhere, I collect footage, and then at a later time, I can compile a video if I want to do it at that location.
Yeah.
But I have to listen to the music and kind of get an idea of what I want for shots. So a lot goes into it. It's not as simple as just going out filming and then going home picking a song. I already have the song picked out. I've listened to it 100 times.
Yeah.
My wife gets annoyed because we're in the car and I'm listening to the song on repeat because I'm just trying to get an idea of the beats when I'm flying. I know what kind of shots I want to get.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have an SD card story, Paul? Like you forgot one, or you were flying and you thought you had an SD card in and it didn't record?
I believe that the first time I started flying my FPV, I wasn't recording. I didn't realize. I thought I was recording, but I wasn't.
Right.
So it was all new to me. And I have had times where I've gone and I've not had the SD card with me, and lucky enough, I had a backup.
I told you I went flying today, and guess who forgot an SD card in?
No.
You did. Well,
Jordan.
here's the thing. I have
Oh,
okay. I have the SD card that I have for the Mavic 3. I have one inside my Mavic 3. I also have one in the FPV. I also have one inside the goggles and inside the DJI RC, the same one, and I have a backup in the drone case. So if I have to pull one from somewhere to put in the drone, I always have one for the drone.
Yep. Yep. Well, I've always got one in the drone, one in the case, one in my my pocket too.
Yep.
Yep. And I've got 2 on the go for my trail cams. Hey, clean up the language, boys. Kim Fused is here.
Yes.
Yeah. So
And she's saying hi to Dennis. Did we say hi to Dennis?
no. Hi, Dennis. Well, I sang backup for Dennis in the parking lot at the hotel.
Oh,
Me and John Flynn. Yeah. Yeah. And Raising Miracles. You have 10,000 SD cards?
No, she exaggerates like I do. What do you expect? She's my daughter.
yeah. Chip off the old block there, eh,
Yeah.
Paul?
10
Holy-
million things going on at the same time.
10 million.
I got more things going on than I got brain cells.
Yeah, I have like 8 SD cards. Not bad with 4 drones, 8 SD cards. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that'll do you. Yeah. I use these. What are they? They're 64s, right? Yeah. I use the 64s. I had all of my footage from my vacation last June in the drone and didn't switch out the card. I had the card with me. I had the spare card with me. and the drone was stolen with all the footage in it. So always
Back up your footage.
back up your footage,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was looking at video yesterday. Dennis. Oh, okay. Oh, he was looking at the video of us singing backup for him. That's what that was. Yeah. Yeah. And John was asking if he'd be back for an encore. Yeah. We'll do an encore next year when we're there. Or we'll have the Dennis Lovelady Choir. How about that?
The quartet.
The quartet.
Keep them wanting more.
Or a sextet. We'll get 6 people.
Yeah, and don't forget your SD card.
Yeah, don't forget your SD card. The worst thing I do though is, and I don't know how to fix this. I use my Pocket 2 and I hit the record button and it's already recording. So what I'm doing when I hit the button is I'm stopping the recording.
I don't know how many times I did that in Florida.
Oh my God.
That's why I didn't have my footage from the FPV, my first flight with it, because it's got the record button on the side. I was using the motion controller, right?
Yeah.
And I had hit the button, but I didn't know if it was recording or not.
So you hit the button again.
I hit the button and I thought it was recording and it wasn't. I got home. I was like, oh, this is exciting. I can't wait to see the footage.
Nothing.
I put the SD card in. The SD card was empty. I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah. Well, I've got a trail cam that I put out in the yard, and I switch it out every morning, right? You turn the camera off, take the SD card out, put the other SD card in and switch it back on, and button up the camera and walk away. Come back in and review the footage. Well, what if you forget to turn the camera back on? It sits out there for a day and you come back and oh yeah, I'm going to put this in and see what I got last night. And there's nothing there.
Yeah.
And some of the footage is horrifying and I'll never get used to it. But what happens is I've got a robin that comes down out of her nest and lands on the camera. And when she lands on the camera, it's like she's coming right straight at the camera and then crash, and it always makes me jump,
Yeah, I always I always record more footage than I need. Even like when I go out flying and I want to bring the drone back, I'll do return to home and I'll hit record and let it record on the way home because you never know what you're gonna capture on the way back.
Yeah.
Always recording. I always leave it on.
Yeah.
You got to figure I have a 256 gigabyte SD card in there, and at most I'm probably going to get 40 gigs, maybe if I, use all the batteries, about 40 gigs, and that leaves plenty of room. So you might as well grab all the footage you can because it's better to, have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Yeah.
Kick your ass wishing you had it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. Dennis is asking what trail cam I have. I don't even know what it is, but it was the cheapest one they had on Amazon. It was like $69 and it works flawlessly.
$69. How ironic, wouldn't you say?
Well, I mean, it's the 69th show, it's, yeah.
Theme of the evening.
But buy cheap, and if you like it, good. And if you don't, well, you can always upgrade. But mine doesn't have any Wi-Fi or anything like that. I can just go out once a day and pick up my SD card, and I got 2 SDs. I got one that I'm watching and one that's out there recording. So
I think I have the same one you do, actually, by the way.
Yeah.
SanDisk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Well,
you have one of these, the USB reader for it?
Yeah. But
Yeah, I got one similar to that.
Yeah, this is a 64 gig SD card. And and it's crazy because I set the sensitivity to medium because when you set it on high sensitivity, a bug flies by and it catches it, right? But with the stuff that's going on in the yard, last night I had 259 files, and each file is like each occurrence is 2 still photos and a 1-minute video. So, you got 250 of these, and I'm not saying I got 10 million. I had 256. But but I just sort of scrub through them 1 minute at a time. If there's something worth keeping, I throw it up on an external hard drive, and
Bless your
maybe-
heart, Kim. Bless your heart.
But I've got cats that are going after a bird's nest, but they haven't got it yet. So I'm watching cats and skunks and squirrels and birds, and my dog goes out there and poops, and you got to have it all. Steven Drones has a wonderful thing that he does. It's called rock dinner plate, and he takes the leftovers from dinner and puts them out on his rock, and then at night all of nature comes by and feeds off this rock. But I can't do that because my dog would just go out there and eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Hi, Danny's here.
Oh, the view chaser.
Hi, Danny. How you doing?
Yeah. So, what have we missed? We talked about you and the kids and the court case being resolved in Jay's house and the USDS, and now your show. You put a whole lot of. What do you edit a whole bunch of stuff?
Yeah, I so I have the Sunday Spectacular feature and the Best of the Rest feature that gets done every Friday/Saturday. I have to adjust the intro for whoever the special guest is going to be. So I have the intro, and then the outro gets changed every week because I credit everyone who was, who had anything to do with the show or picture they shared. So it does take a while to do all that stuff. And then when I do my one-on-one interviews, that is where the real-time consumption comes in.
Yeah.
I did the Ted Nemeth interview, and I spent over 70 hours prepping for that show.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
that's like a full-time job.
More than that.
Yeah.
A lot of video there. Yeah.
Yeah. Lawrence from Novice Quads and Ray Kelly have both joined us now too. And DeMarco.
Hey, Ray, Michael's in there too. Texas Arch.
Mike. Yeah.
How you doing, Ray? What's up, Lawrence?
And Fasugrad.
That's DeMarco, right?
Yeah.
F Sugar Daddy.
Yeah. Somebody put FSU grade. Okay. Yeah. So, we were talking earlier about canes and walking sticks.
What? Can't hear you.
Canes and walking sticks.
Quit talking to your door.
Canes and walking sticks.
Oh, was that a 1911
nice.
hockey stick?
There you go. There's one that's an interesting one you got there, Paul.
Yeah, this was a gift, actually. So for those that don't know, I'm disabled and I have some mobility issues. So when I walk around, I can't do a traditional cane. So I use this stick right here.
How did they do that swirly business at the bottom?
It's naturally occurring. It grew that way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I did swirly business on mine, but it didn't grow that way. I burned that in.
I
And
have
then
trouble growing mine too.
I burned that handle. Now I don't.
Yeah.
It looks like firewood on the bottom. These are ones that I made probably 40 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Ray Kelly uses a walking stick also. And so he knows exactly what I'm talking about. A regular cane it feels awkward for me. I don't like it. I don't feel balanced properly, and I hurt more using a regular cane. So with the walking stick, it helps a lot more.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'm clicking the wrong button again. I have a hard time with the button.
You found it. It's just the
I
wrong
found
one.
it. Yeah. But what brought that about was our discussion on the walking sticks. Was I was talking about Gary's wood shop. I went out and started the computer out in our pool house, and I can't get it to link up to Brant Aerials out there. It only goes to Gary's wood shop, which is a channel I had created when I was going to start doing some woodworking stuff. It got 4 subscribers, and I never posted anything to it. But Gary's Woodshop became a subscriber today too. So, but that's what precipitated the discussion of canes and whatnot. So, yeah. So you don't use a cane around the house. You just use it when you're out and about walking.
Oh, there are times I have to use it around the house too. It all depends because I have a lower back injury, and I have some nerve damage in my leg. So sometimes I have a hard time getting around. Mostly when I'm in the house, I have a wall nearby if I need to, grab onto the wall or hold onto the wall. But definitely when I'm out and about, I need it because if I fall, it's going to be difficult to get up, and I'm going to have to call an ambulance and all that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I try to push it. Sometimes we went to Hoppies to go do some filming, and we were only we weren't too far from the car, but I walked without the stick. I had my drone case, but when I got home, I really paid for it. Severely. Yeah.
Now, do you fly from a chair?
I'll fly either from a bench or if I have to, if I don't have anywhere to sit, I'll lean up against a wall or somewhere. Yeah.
I find I have to lean on something myself.
Well, I don't lean because of the balance issues like with the FPV, because I could stand there. When I first flew the FPV, I was in the goggles standing straight up. But my problem is I don't know if anyone here has a lower back injury, but sometimes you get a pinch. And if you don't have something to hold on to, you might end up on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that when I'm flying my drone, especially the FPV.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to fall and get hurt, and my drone's going to end up somewhere.
Yeah. Or if you've got the motion controller and you keel over, right?
I don't fly with it anymore. I don't fly that thing in anything other than full manual.
Oh, yeah?
Good for you.
Yeah. That's all right.
So someday, hopefully I will.
Yeah. I have a hard time keeping my Air 2S in the air, But, to be honest, this one here gets probably as much stick time as anything, because it's, when the weather's bad or I just don't feel like getting up, I just fly it down to the end of the room and back and smack into the lamp and off the ceiling and just create chaos,
Yeah.
And it used to be good for emptying ashtrays when I was smoking. You just hover over there. But,
by the way, you got 42 likes.
What?
That's more than we've got people here now.
42 likes. Oh, we're gonna have to shut this thing down.
Yeah. They're gonna start wanting us to do this full time. Gee.
Hey, every 2 weeks is enough.
Yeah.
How do you manage to do this every week? You do it every Sunday, don't you?
I'm passionate about it. I want people in the group to feel like they're being recognized.
Yeah.
I think that everybody who posts content online, all they want you to do is to see their content, give them a thumbs up or a comment, and it's crazy the amount of people that will see your content and they don't leave it a reaction or a comment, or even just hit the subscribe button. Half of the people that watch my videos aren't subscribed.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm looking to, get rich off of YouTube, because that's just a dream but I want people to see my content and I want people to enjoy it. And I really like it when people, leave that reaction and leave that comment, because I do the same in return. But, I just think it's important for people to be recognized for what they're doing. That's why they're in this community. You've got a supportive community, and how do you show support? You let them know that you appreciate the content that they're providing or the art that they're showing you.
Now I have a message for everybody that's watching right now, and it's an important message. Paul has a video coming out at 7:00. It's coming out in 5 minutes, and you should, after this is over, you should just zip right over there, see that video, leave a comment, leave a like. If you like it, what's not to like? Got run out. You don't have to do it now because it doesn't come out for another 4 minutes.
And I just want to make it clear that it's not really one of my cinematic experience videos. I did a video of the last year, a 20-foot section of the cliff walk in Rhode Island. The walkway collapsed right into the ocean underneath. They don't know what caused the collapse, but it's still there to this day. They haven't fixed it. And while I was out there flying, I decided to, take a nice slow, maneuver by it so I can show all the damage that's there. And I added some music and some sound effects, some birds and waves, but just something simple. It's a 2-minute video. If you're interested in seeing the damage from the collapse, it's there.
So if you've got 2 minutes to spare, in 3 minutes you can go over there and check it out, and make sure you subscribe. How many subscribers do you have, Paul?
I believe I have
760.
No, I was getting close. Let me look. I'm at 789.
So there's no reason a mook like me should have 1,000 and you should have 789. You put a lot of work into that and deserve.
Yeah, the important part is I know I don't have the 1,000 subscribers. That's not a big deal. What's important to me is that a good majority of the people that are subscribed to me are actually watching my content. So my viewers are all organic. I'm not into that sub for sub type baloney that I saw early on when I got into the drone community, and people like sub for sub. It just I wanted my channel to grow organically, and it's actually grown quite quickly, to be honest.
Yeah,
it's growing faster than I thought it would. So and I would rather keep it that way and let the numbers dwindle up slowly rather than a bunch of people are going to be subscribed and not watching the videos.
Yeah. Well, it took me 5 years to get to where I am.
Yeah.
Your video, Paul, that collapsed, there might have been 4 or 5 bingo players on top of it, and that's probably why it collapsed.
So we're coming up to the hour now. Anything we need to cover besides what we've already talked about?
No, I just want to, say I appreciate you having me on the show. Yeah. And, if we have more viewers in the chat, I just want to remind everybody about, mental health awareness. If you're having, trouble, you're having mental health issues, don't do it alone. Reach out to somebody, anybody. In the United States, we have 988. I don't really know what Canada has or other countries have, but in America, we have 988. You can call, or you can just reach out to people in the community, or even call your local hospital. Get help. Don't do it alone.
Yeah. Or join us in the chat every second Thursday.
Yeah.
And Nova Squads has been lurking. Anyway, I'm going to play the outro if I can figure it out. Stay tuned because you're in the outro this week, and we'll talk to you after we get back. Anything else to finish us out, Jim?
I went flying with Jordan again today. So if you're looking for some great flight and wonderful editing, it won't be in the video that I'll be posting later tonight.
Okay, perfect. All right. I just like to thank everybody for joining us tonight, and let me hit some of these buttons here, and we'll see what we can get going. And there we go. I think that's it. Are we there? Yep. Thanks again, everybody.
special thanks to everybody that stuck around to the end of the show of the hour before TNL, all 2,417 of you.